Hello everyone. Today in this video, I'm going to have a brief introduction to R and RStudio. R is a very popular programming language these days for data analysis. It is it has a lot of statistics built inside and are very convenient for you to do data manipulation and model fitting. RStudio is a um, is the default IDE for R. IDE, I mean integrated development environment. So it integrated a lot of convenient parts into a single tool, so that it makes it very convenient for you when you do analysis using R programming language. So if this is the first time you open RStudio, you should mostly see three main windows. So the first window is a console. The console is basically where you can type R command and it gives you result immediately. For instance, you can do 1 plus 1 and you hit enter, it gives you the result 2. And the second window is the environment window. So what it does is basically shows you what variable you have in your memory for this R session. For instance, if we create a variable called x, now we do x is equal to 3. So now you notice this arrow operator. It actually means assign. We assign 3 to operator x. If we hit enter, we will see x here. So essentially it says this variable is created in the memory for this R session and its value is 3. So basically this window, and the third window is actually a multifunctional window. Here you can see the files tab. It actually gives you all the files in the current working directory, and you can see plots. As the name suggests, it shows the plot if you actually created a plot object in this command in the console. And the third one is the packages. The packages lists all the installed packages in your R environment. So you can see all these checkboxes. So what these checkboxes means is that it shows whether these packages are loaded. For instance, let's first find out the dplyr package. So this is dplyr package. You see it's unchecked, but if we load it here in the console, we do library dplyr. If we load it, and you see this box is checked, it means this package is loaded into the memory. So essentially, these packages are already installed, but they are not loaded into the memory. And if the package is checked, the package is loaded into the memory. Okay, this is the third package. The fourth package is help. The help tab is essentially a documentations. So basically, if you don't know anything about a function or a command about R, you simply can type. For instance, if you want to know what group by does in dplyr, we simply do question mark group by and we hit enter. The documentation for this function group by will show up here. It gives you what this function does, how to use it, what all these arguments do, and its return type. It has all these examples, so it makes it very easy for you to learn R. So this is a very useful trick if you are new to R and you have a lot that don't understand, and just remember to use this first. It will give you almost a lot of things, at least not everything, if not everything, a lot of things you need to know. Now, the fourth one is the viewer tab. The viewer tab is actually kind of advanced data viewer. So what it does, it has some similar functionality to a browser. So it makes your data interactive. So the most obvious thing to see this viewer is, for instance, if we load the library DT library, this is an advanced data view library. So if we let's first create a data frame. Let's call it df data frame x is equal to 1 to 5, y is equal to letters 1 to 5. Now you get a data frame. The data frame has two columns. First column is x, the second column is y. Now we want to show this data frame. There are two ways you can explore this. The first is the basic view function you can use, like view df. This will show your table inside here. Now you can do something like sorting. So you can do some basic things here. But if you want to have a more advanced viewing of this data frame, it's this DT library does. So if you do DT, now we do data table. So you see we have these two double semicolons. What this means is that it's essentially namespace. It means this data table function comes from the DT library. So if we do DT data table df and we hit enter, now you see this data frame is showing up here, and you get this default functionalities, interactive functionalities that's built in. So like you do show 10, show 25 entries, you get these paginations, and basically it simulates how a browser works. So it provides advanced interactivity to your data. Now, so when we do the view, we actually open a fourth section in RStudio, which does not open by default. But the thing is that what does this window do? This window, so first function you see, if you use a view function, it shows your data here. The second thing is that whenever you create a new file, your file will be it's actually essentially functioning as a text editor. For instance, if you want to create an R script here, you see this becomes a text editor. So essentially you can do R program here, just like it also have the syntax highlighting and all the convenient things. For instance, we write a simple program like x is equal to 3 and y is equal to x times 3, and we want to print y. So what is this? So now you create your first R script. And how do you run it? Here is it. You just source it. So let's say we source this R script, we get 9. So essentially it runs all these commands in one go instead of, so in R console you can only run the command one by one, but in here when you create you write all the programs in one file, and you source it, it runs all the commands in one go. So essentially it evaluates x is equal to 3, you get a y is equal to 9 and print y. So here's 9. There are of course a lot of other things I didn't cover. You can except for our script, you can also create our notebook, our markdown, shiny web app. Each of these are a big topic. There are a lot of things you can explore, you can try to do. For instance, the shiny web app is essentially you can create interactive visualizations using R, which is very powerful. You can hold it online for your co-workers or for your managers to see what you have done with your data analysis. So it's pretty there are a lot of things here you can explore. Okay, but since this is an introduction, I'm just going to stop here, and hopefully this gives you some information how to start to use R and RStudio to do data analysis. And thanks everyone for watching this video.